And so after two deadly crashes this past week, state troopers are highlighting an important law that could help save some lives. Also, first responders were honored for, guess what, their heroic efforts, saving a referee's life during a game. On Monday, a rare solar eclipse, like Chris said, we've been talking about it. Millions of us are expected to gaze into the sky to see it, but do so safely.
Live from Acadiana, your local news leader, this is Passe Partout.
So good Sunday morning to you. I'm Renee Allen. I thank you for joining us. Recently, there were several deadly crashes in Acadiana. With that said, state police reminding people of the move over law. So the law requires all motorists on a two-lane roadway to move over when there are emergency lights. If you cannot move over, the law states you have to slow down to a reasonable, safe speed. Trooper Thomas Gonson says the whole purpose of the lights is to draw attention to those people on the side of the road and for drivers just to slow down, move over, and be aware.
I think nowadays everybody sees it. Everybody's on that phone. Everybody's looking at that phone while they're driving. You know, texting and driving is a huge factor in most crashes. Seatbelt usage, impairment, but that distraction, right? That distraction. So if we can minimize the distractions in that vehicle by putting that phone down, that goes a long way to saving lives.
Yeah, all right. According to state police and Troop I, they've investigated 13 fatal crashes, resulting in 14 deaths this year alone. Then a town hall meeting was recently held in Iberia Parish to talk about a sales tax proposition to aid in the construction, improvements, and maintenance of roads throughout the parish there. News 10's Jasmine Dean has some details on the proposed tax and what was talked about.
In Iberia Parish, a new sales tax geared towards establishing a dedicated road fund will be added to the ballot in late April. This sales tax would aid in the repairing and construction of streets and roads throughout the parish.
The infrastructure in Iberia Parish is a major issue.
Iberia Parish President Larry Richard held a town meeting earlier this evening to discuss and educate the public about a 0.75% sales tax proposition on the April 27th ballot. Richard says if passed, the tax will be utilized as a dedicated road fund to improve, construct, and maintain roads in unincorporated areas throughout the parish.
That's a 3/4 cent sales tax only in the unincorporated area of Iberia Parish.
The only areas that cannot vote on the sales tax are New Iberia, Jeanerette, Laurelville, and Delcombe. Richard says this is the second time the proposal will be placed on the ballot. It was voted down in 2016. People asked questions and shared their stance on whether or not the tax proposal should be voted on again. The first was back in 2016 when residents voted against it.
I do question why we're bringing this up again when it was already passed. I understand the motives. I understand the numbers you're pulling, but
I'm just telling you, at the end of the day, I hate taxes just like everybody in here, and we can argue, gripe about it, but until there's dollars, and we're willing to put just a little bit, $3.
Richard says although the parish is in need of assistance when it comes to improving the unincorporated roads in Iberia Parish, he just wants everyone to be informed about what will show up on the ballot.
And I like to tell people, of course, as a parish president and elected official, I can't tell anyone how to vote. So what I'm doing tonight is simply trying to educate you on what's going on in this parish.
If approved, the tax will only be in effect for 10 years and only be used for road improvements. In Iberia Parish, Jasmine Dean, KLFY News 10.
And so in Lafayette, an 11-year-old boy touching the hearts of many people after helping a homeless woman. News 10's Rodrika Taylor was there last week when he met for the first time the woman who received his help. It's a story you'll see only on 10.
11-year-old Detrell Thomas says when he saw Shelly Trahan's story about her experiencing homelessness, he felt compelled to help.
I have to find a way every day to make it with food-wise and everything that's going on. You know, I have no job. I'm disabled.
33-year-old Shelly Trahan says with 2 children, it is difficult. She's talking about being homeless.
I'm trying to get back on my feet the best way I can.
We believe in involving the community.
For nearly 3 years now, Terrence St. Julian, the founder of Pay It Forward, lending a helping hand, has been helping the homeless, posting their stories and cries for help. St. Julian posts Trahan's story, which opened the door to an 11-year-old helper.
It kind of broke me. And I told my mom, let's help her. And I told her, let's get her shoes, the phone, clothes, and stuff.
Next thing you know, we started getting clothes together. Shoes. He was like, Mom, you have so much stuff, so give it to her. I was like, okay.
Trahan will meet Detrell Thomas for the first time in person soon after she received his donations.
For this little boy to say that, he took everything out of me to like understand what I'm going through, because they don't have kids that understand. But for him to understand, it means a lot to me.
Thomas says his influence to give spans generations.
I learned all this from my grandmother. She always taught me how to help people out and be kind and stuff.
Trahan is currently staying at an inn with the help of St. Julian's organization. For information on how to help, go to our website. In Lafayette, Rodrika Taylor, KLFY News 10.
And speaking of helping out, multiple first responders were honored by the St. Mary Parish Sheriff's Office for saving the life of a man back in January. News 10 Johnson D'Amico traveled to the St. Mary Parish Courthouse last week, where the awards were handed out.
The St. Mary Parish Sheriff's Office gave out life-saving awards to the first responders who helped save referee Kevin Domain's life after he collapsed in the middle of a basketball game.
Most of us have about the same training, so you just get in where you fall in and everything works. And really all of us, we couldn't do it without one another.
On January 19th, a high school basketball game was taking place at West St. Mary High, and towards the end of the game, referee Kevin Domain collapsed, causing St. Mary Parish deputies Chad and Ashley Wilson to take action.
Once we saw Mr. Domain on the ground, he collapsed. We both just kind of rushed to him.
Ashley and Chad started immediate aid on Domain along with New Iberia police officers who were off duty until other medical first responders showed up and were able to revive Domain back to life.
Next thing you know, we had him back. I was like, all right, we gotta go now. And by the time we got him in the truck, he started talking to me, and that was like the biggest relief. It's not like a decision. It's just something that's automatic. You're going there, you're gonna help, you're gonna do what you gotta do. Anything you can do to help.
New Iberia Police Chief Todd D'Albor says this is a testament to everything police and medical personnel work for.
There's no greater day for, I know, the ambulance personnel, the fire personnel, school personnel, and law enforcement, that you're able to save a life. There's no greater day.
With the help of everyone's quick thinking, Domain is still alive and grateful for everyone who gave him a second chance.
They gave me the ability to go to my son's wedding. They gave me the ability to hopefully see more grandchildren born. They gave me the ability to just enjoy my the holidays, the Easter holidays with my family. So it's just a great thing knowing what they gave to me.
In St. Mary Parish, Dawson D'Amico, KLFY News 10.
And then to the rare solar eclipse set for Monday. Millions of us are expected to gaze into the sky to see it. The event has also given an astronomical boost to many businesses, including a small one in Tennessee. Here's a look at that.
Inside this Memphis area plant, they're planning for outside. What's made here will be worn by tens of millions across the country as they gaze skyward Monday. Eclipse glasses.
Describe what the past few weeks have been like.
It's been amazing. We are making so many eclipse glasses, and now we're just trying to get them out the door.
John Jarrett runs American Paper Optics, the nation's largest producer of eclipse glasses.
So to make a pair of paper glasses, 3D glasses, or eclipse glasses, it's a 5-step process.
With as many as 15 states in the path of totality, workers here will crank out close to 75 million pair.
For this company, they can't produce glasses fast enough. There are 300,000 right here on these pallets. They'll be out the door in 24 hours.
Manufacturing is a combination of individual assembly and high-tech machines. Custom orders come from businesses, colleges, and hospitals like St. Jude's. The Ross Perot Museum ordered more than 1 million, but there are small batches too.
This one we're even doing for a wedding.
Okay, what about this one though?
Wait a second. That's hilarious. Wait, that's you. That's great. I didn't even know those were up there.
The silver-black polymer film of Eclipse glasses is 1,000 times stronger than even the darkest sunglasses. NASA says it's never safe to look directly into the sun, even when partly covered.
That one's going to New Orleans, and this one's going to New Jersey.
The race is on now to get the last orders out ahead of a truly astronomical moment.
This eclipse is going to be like 30 Super Bowls all wrapped in one. It's actually going to be the most bipartisan moment we're going to have in 2024. And I think the most important thing is to live in the moment. Put your phone down.
And look up at a phenomenon for the ages. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Bartlett, Tennessee.
Now, here's Storm Team 10 meteorologist Chris Cozart.
And speaking of that solar eclipse, so it happens here in Acadiana too, but we won't be in the path of totality like they were showing there where the moon completely blocks the sun. That's just to our west. We just missed it. It's going to be across Texas, Arkansas, and then up towards the Midwest there as we progress through the day tomorrow. But about 90% of the sun will be blocked here within Acadia. If we have some sunshine out there, we definitely will get darker during the early afternoon hours. So here's the time frame when it comes to what we're expecting and what will happen tomorrow. This is again for Monday, not for today. So the partial eclipse will start at about 12:30. So right around your lunchtime on Monday. The maximum eclipse when the moon is pretty much blocking as much of the sun as it can for us. That's about 88% of the sun will be blocked at 1:46 in the afternoon. The only problem we have is I expect a lot of cloud coverage, so that's going to cause some issues when we're trying to observe this here, and again with the proper sunglasses. And then as we go into the afternoon hours, that moon will get out of there, and you see that by 3:06 it's done with in the afternoon. Here's your Sunday forecast. Milder and humid right now, partly sunny to mostly cloudy today, warm and breezy for the afternoon. We have some rain chances back on this Sunday at 20%. No fog like yesterday. There was a little light fog here for Opelousas, Abbeville, and New Iberia, but the dense, widespread fog we had yesterday, that's not the case this morning. So we're good to go if you're heading to church or anywhere across Acadiana this Sunday morning. Some clutter on Storm Team 10. That is not rainfall. That's going to be the big story this week for us, not the solar eclipse, but how active everything really becomes for the first few days of the work week. So scattered rain Monday, Tuesday. Most of the rainfall, luckily, will stay to the north of us here on Tuesday. We still have a heavy rain threat, but it's mainly on Wednesday. It could be Tuesday night. We're still trying to pinpoint the timing, but it looks like a lot of the heavier rain threat arrives Wednesday morning, and the dynamics in the atmosphere is very conducive for severe weather based on what we're seeing here from the models. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're under at least an enhanced risk for severe weather Wednesday morning, and there will be that heavy rain threat Wednesday as well. By Thursday, we're drying out, and we should be turning a little bit cooler as well. Now, as we progress through these scattered rain chances Monday, Tuesday, there will be an expansive slight risk for severe weather, mostly across Texas. This is for Tuesday. This isn't even Wednesday yet. The Storm Prediction Center outlook usually goes 3 days out. So day one's today, day two's Monday, day three is Tuesday. But you can see across Texas and Louisiana with the scattered rain chance on Tuesday, we're going to be under a slight risk for severe weather. And I think that will even enhance more or elevate more as we go into Wednesday for our threat for severe weather midweek. Temperatures this Sunday morning, mid to upper 60s, lower 70s. It's milder. It's more humid. Winds are pretty light at the moment, but they will be picking up today. You're going to notice a strong southerly wind gusting 20-25 miles per hour. Temperatures back into the 70s to lower 80s. That's basically where we've been the last several afternoons. A lot more clouds, though, and those go all the way back into Texas. A couple showers showing up in Houston. I think rain chances for us today at about 20%. Partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies with a few showers out there. Not a lot. We're going to go with a high around 81. Warm and breezy for us. South winds here at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So those winds really pick up. I'm planning on doing the yard today after work this morning before a few showers are possible. There's your solar eclipse weather tomorrow, 80 with a lot of clouds, and then scattered rain continues with heavy storms for Wednesday and that severe threat as well.
All right, I don't have the glasses for the solar eclipse, but I will be sleeping.
Okay.
I'll just sleep so I won't go blind.
They say that now, again, you and I were talking about, what's the big hype. They say it is something to experience If you're in that path of totality for about 3 minutes, it's almost as dark as night, and even owls and crickets and everything start to come out because they think it's nighttime. But it only lasts for about 3 to 5 minutes.
And then they run back in like,
they're like, what happened? So that's how, if you're in the path of totality, they say it's something to experience for sure.
All right, Chris, we thank you for that. Guess what?